welcome to Fibro Warrior, my new normal. I'm MJ Aragon, and I'm here with my producers, JoJo Merrick and Tony Jeffries.
Hi.
Today, I want to share a little info on CRPS or RSD. I have a friend, she's also a Fibro Warrior, her name is Sasha. She's dealing with this a lot, and I've been wanting to talk about this, but I had so much going on, I've been putting it off, and we've taken our time getting back to you guys. So anyway, I want to talk about that, and I'm going to read to you my latest blog called Childhood Stolen, which I haven't yet even posted, so you're going to hear it here first. So I'm going to read about CRPS for you first, and that's my bones making noise, if you heard that. Let's see. It is telltale signs and symptoms of CRPS, or RSD. That's what it used to be called, I guess. You are likely here at the RSDSA website because you or a loved one are experiencing unexplained moderate to severe pain and are trying to find the cause. Perhaps a Google search of the symptoms you go to got you to this page, You may have already visited one or more physicians. A physician may have suggested that your symptoms could possibly be CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, or RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, but that they do not specialize in this condition. You are on a journey for a concrete diagnosis we can help. Really having a tough time. First of all, you may or may not have CRPS or RSD. There are a number of conditions that have serious chronic pain as symptoms, along with others that are also present. Here you can learn more about this condition and its symptoms to help you and your doctor rule it out or in. So what is it? CRPS, RSD, is a chronic neuroinflammatory disorder. It is classified as a rare disorder by the United States Food and Drug Administration. However, up to 200,000 individuals experience this condition in the United States alone in any given year. CRPS occurs when the nervous system and the immune system malfunction as a response to tissue damage from trauma. Their nerves misfire, sending constant pain signals to the brain. The level of pain is measured as one of the most severe in the McGill University Pain Scale. CRPS generally follows a musculoskeletal injury, a nerve injury, surgery, or immobilization. The persistent pain and disability associated with CRPS require coordinated, interdisciplinary, patient-centered care to achieve pain reduction, cessation, and better function. It has been shown that early diagnosis is generally the key to better outcomes. However, diagnosing CRPS is not a simple matter, and many patients search for months or years for a definitive diagnosis. It is important to know that research has proven that CRPS is a physical disorder. Unfortunately, it has not been unusual for medical professionals to suggest that people with this symptom exaggerate their pain for psychological reasons. Trust your body and continue to seek a diagnosis. If it is CRPS, RSD, the pain is not in your mind. Making the diagnosis. There is no single diagnostic tool for this. Physicians' diagnosis is based on patient history, clinical examination, and laboratory results. Physicians must rule out any other condition that would otherwise account for the degree of pain and dysfunction before considering CRPS RSD. Early diagnosis and appropriate treatment offer the highest probability of effective treatment and possible remission of this. The signs and symptoms checklist. There is no gold standard for diagnosing CRPS RSD. If the pain is getting worse, not better, and if the pain is more severe than one we expect from original injury, it might be CRPS RSD. They do repeat this a lot. Look for these telltale signs and symptoms. Pain that is described as deep aching, cold, burning, and or increased skin sensitivity. And initiating injury or traumatic events such as a sprain, fracture, minor injury, etc., that should not cause any severe pain as being experienced or where the pain does not subside with healing. Also, pain moderate to severe associated with allodynia. That is pain from something that should not cause pain, such as a touch of clothing or a shower. Allodynia is something I experience. It almost feels like a sunburn. Your skin just aches for no reason. It's like someone beat you or you sat out in the sun for too long. It's just an aching pain, and for no reason whatsoever it seems to hurt, and it may not be everywhere. It may just be in certain locations. It can travel around the body, or it can be in certain areas all the time. I get it a lot. It's not fun, which is why having comfortable clothing is important. Continuing pain, moderate to severe, associated with hyperalgesia. I'm having trouble talking today. That is heightened sensitivity to painful stimulation, abnormal swelling in the affected area, abnormal hair or nail growth, abnormal skin color changes, abnormal skin temperature, that is one side of the body is warmer or colder than the other by more than 1 Celsius, abnormal sweating in the affected area, limited range of motion, weakness or other motor disorders such as paralysis or dystonia, symptoms and signs that can wax and wane, can affect anyone, but is more common in women, with a recent increase in the number of children and adolescents who are diagnosed. Please keep in mind that this information is not intended to be medical advice, nor is a substitute of a diagnosis by a qualified medical professional. Please feel free to share the information with your doctor or doctors. You may also feel free to contact us with questions you might have. I will put this link down at the bottom when we post this. I expressed this on my last video. I'm having a real difficult time with, I'm having some serious cognitive issues, and I touched on this last episode, but because we're doing back to back, and I want you to know I'm still having trouble. If you notice I'm getting a little tongue tied, I'm having trouble pronouncing things, I'm mispronouncing things, I'm saying things wrong, I'm throwing in words that don't belong sometimes. It may be, I know I'm gonna watch this later, watch it back and be very irritated with myself, but I can't help it. So I have to give myself a break. I'm really hard on myself, and when I look at my videos and I find that they didn't go perfectly, I get irritated. But then again, this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to be real and show you guys that you are not alone, that you are not the only one dealing with these things. It's me too. And this is why I'm doing this, so that everyone can realize that, you know, these things, this is real. This is something that's really happening, that we're really dealing with. It's a tough thing to deal with, it really is. And the frustration of knowing that that I'm a smart person. I'm not the most intelligent person, but I'm pretty darn intelligent. And lately, I don't feel very bright. I'm having such a tough time. So if you notice that I'm stuttering and saying things wrong, this is why. I just thought I'd let you know. I'm going to now read my my blog. I hadn't posted it yet. I had meant to, but I have so much stuff going on that I forgot. And I wanted to read this to you, so I'm going to read it anyway, even though I haven't posted it yet. So you guys get to hear it here first. It's called Childhood Stolen. Childhood stolen in the flash of a moment. All of the wonderment, sunshine, and optimism whisked away along with their innocence. We are not worthy of an outstanding life. Why? I'm really having a tough time. We're not worthy of an outstanding life. Why? We often wonder, why me? Indeed. What are we unable to discern at such a tender age is that none of it is our doing. Yet throughout life, we constantly blame ourselves for not just one moment, but for it all. Every single thing that happens, if you're lucky enough, you will finally understand. Ah, understanding. It's a fickle thing, really. Just when you think you do, something slaps you in the face, quite out of nowhere. Then the clouds part and you realize that there is still something missing, the final piece of the puzzle. Only it is out of your grasp, hidden away amongst the clutter. If only you could find it. It is around here somewhere, you think to yourself. If that piece does finally materialize, there is a serenity that washes over you, a clarity above all else. After all the suffering and self-loathing, that you are finally able to love yourself. Yes, I'm free. But no, not really. That moment, or moments, in childhood will never allow you to be truly free, as your health has been dictated by that singular instance. And although you may have recovered in many aspects, this illness, born from ugliness, will forever infect you. How do we continue to cope when at every turn we are met with some anguish over the next impending health issue, one on top of the other? How do we endure? I'm fighting, I'm being strong, I'm staying positive. But for how much longer? Not 1, nor 2, nor 3, but 4 or 5 health issues in less than 3 months, one of which I'm sure will be bad news. Maybe bone cancer, which I found out it wasn't, thankfully. Another possible stroke, another maybe excessive brain damage, and a pending hysterectomy, done by my gyno or oncologist. Thankfully, not cancer as well. Overwhelmed doesn't even cover it. I'm angry that I've tried so hard to live healthy and stay on this earth with my loved ones, only to be constantly bombarded by one thing after the next. And worst of all, I don't think my children know any of this, nor care to. Who wouldn't want to just give up? It's a lot to stand up against. I haven't and don't plan to. But damn if the silence isn't enticing. I don't want for much, just a little time with quiet consideration that stretches on for more than a month if I'm lucky. Give me the mundane. Enough of this damn roller coaster I've been on. Keeping up with Fibro Warrior My New Normal has been difficult, and interactions with my Fibro friends have been minimal. I'm struggling, and that means I have extremely low energy. I miss you all, and please know that I'm not ignoring any of you. I just need my time to process. The waiting is the most difficult part, it seems. Once I know more, I will be able to share and explain. So for now, I'm around, yet in the shadows. I hope you all are doing better than I, and that your pain is minimal. Sending big yet gentle hugs. You're not alone, and neither am I. I written that, when did I write that? Last week, I think. Probably last week. And I had planned on posting it. I'm very forgetful, it seems. So I plan on doing something. I'm like, I get all excited about something. Oh, I'm going to do this. And it sounds like a great new idea. And then right out of my head. And even though I write things down and make appointments and do all those things, I still seem to forget somehow. And it's really very frustrating. I want to talk to you guys directly. How much time do we have?
8 minutes, 8 full.
Okay.
8 minutes.
You and I have gotten to know each other. Maybe not all of you, but there's a lot of you that I talk with on a pretty regular basis, aside from recently because I've been going through some extra stuff, you know, and I have trouble dealing with that. We've gotten to know each other, and I want you guys to know that, you know, my being honest and talking about these things, it's not an easy thing to do, but I've gotten so many messages from you guys reminding me that because of my honesty and because I'm being real with you, that it has helped a lot of you. It's made a really great impact on you, knowing that you're not the only one dealing with this. So thank you for that. I appreciate those messages, because there's moments when I am doing these things and I think that things are going great, and then this doubt comes in, and I don't know where it comes from or what causes it, but sometimes it just comes in, and I think to myself, am I doing enough? And because I missed a week or two here and there, and I wasn't on my page enough, and I didn't reach out enough, like, are you guys disappointed in me? And, you know, I start getting down on myself, and then you guys send me messages and remind me that that's not the case. Now, I should know this. I should be very aware of this, and you would think that I would know by now, after doing this over a year, that you guys do appreciate me and you are there, but I still go through these moments, and lately, with me not really being as connected to you guys and me kind of stepping back, I put a lot of pressure on myself, feeling like I'm letting you guys down. And you guys are amazing. The sentiments, the messages, the cards in the mail, the poems, the little offers that you give me, and all offering to be here for me when I need you, when that's what I was intending to do. Now that I'm really having a tough time, you guys have all reached out to me just the same as I've reached out to you. And it's, when I read these things, I'm not exaggerating, like I'm in tears, because it touches me. Those messages that you send me, those cards or things that you send me letting me know that you're thinking about me, it really reaches deep down inside of me, and it provokes the tears, not of sadness, of course, but just so happy that I have you guys, that you have me and I have you. When I say that, you know, I began with the "you're not alone," and I changed that to "you're not alone and neither am I," because how much you guys reach out to me and share with me as well. And so now I'm here all this time, you're not alone, you're not alone, and I'm realizing, hey, I'm really not alone either. I'm not alone. You guys are here for me. You reach out to me and you let me know, and when I tell you, hey, I'm good, you know, I just see sometime you give me that space too, and that's important, that we give each other that space, that we let each other know that we're here. You're here for me, I'm here for you. But if you need that space, then you get your space, because sometimes that's all we need. And when you're dealing with people, family members that don't quite get what you're going through, and you need someone to talk to, you know, we are mostly the only ones that you can talk to about these things, and that makes it difficult. So it's important that we let our family members know we need you, and if you're not going to be there for us, then don't have any, you know, don't interact with me. Don't, because we don't need the extra pressure of trying to be what they want us to be. We are who we are. We can't be something else. We're doing the best that we can. We are living our new normal. This is our normal now. And I'm not saying it's a negative thing, because we can make amazing things happen in this new normal. And I have always, my entire life, I wanted to help people. I didn't know how or where to begin or what to do, but I knew I wanted to help people. And I struggled so long with that, because it was deep within me, the want to help. But I was struggling with so much and trying to raise kids and working constantly and dealing with my own ailments, because I've had this stupid disease my entire life, that it was frustrating, having that want to be helpful and knowing that you can't, that you just don't have that extra in you, that you're barely getting by, is the most frustrating feeling. And it was always there, nagging at me, help. You want to help people. How can you help people? What can I do? How can I reach out? How can I help people? I want to help. That's all I want to do. And I was so frustrated. And then finally, I started being more open about this. I started talking about fibro, and I started sharing it on my Facebook page in small increments at first, because I wasn't too sure how well received it would be, because I thought people might be, a little, maybe she's complaining too much, or I don't want to hear about this, or it's too negative, whatever the case may be. I had my discretions about sharing, but I needed people to understand, because I was having a more difficult time going out and meeting with people and going to functions, because it was just overwhelming for me and I was in too much pain. And as I got older and time went by, it was more difficult, and I was missing more functions and going to less things, and I didn't want people to think it was them. It's not because of you. You didn't do anything wrong. I just have something that I'm trying to deal with. In the back of my mind still, you gotta help people, you gotta help people. I'm like, I can't help myself. How can I help other people? And I was fighting in myself and fighting, and it was just this horrible feeling that to want to do all these things and just not have the want to even do anything normal in my life, because I was so overwhelmed with what was happening to me. And so the more that I talked about things, and the more that I started getting the diagnosis and understanding that it's fibro that I've had all this time and all these other things, I started being able to compartmentalize those things, because I understand it now. The understanding allows me to put it aside, just like writing something down that I'm feeling allows me to put that aside. It's a huge therapeutic thing for me to be able to write things down. That's why I suggest that to you guys all the time. So as I was learning more, and I do a lot of research, it helped me to become this person I am now that you see in front of you. This past year has been huge. The therapy and talking about things and dealing with my past and relationships with my parents, and I've grown so incredibly much over this past year, not just from therapy, but from my own research and from helping you guys and all these things, finally being able to help people. The thing I've always wanted to do, I'm finally able to do it. And I talk about this with Bill all the time, and he's like always telling me how proud he is, and he goes, you're doing amazing things, you should be proud of yourself. And even though I can't do the things that I used to do, I'm not able to play sports. I used to love to play sports, and I used to work out all the time, and I used to do all these things and go on trips and do all these things, and it's really tough on me now, and I can't work out like I used to, and I can't do all these things. I want to, and I try to, and when I do those things, it is a toll on me. It takes a toll. I went to see a wrestling match with my love the other day, and even though I had a great time with him, I was so worn out when we got home, and all I did was sit and watch a wrestling match. But all the noise and everything, you wouldn't think that was a big deal, but it takes its toll on you. The drive there, the drive home, I get home and I'm tired, but I made the effort. I did enjoy it was there, but it does take a toll, so I don't get to do the things I want to do. But because I do have this, because I am finally doing something that I've always wanted to do, and it's to help people. And and I question myself, and I can I do this? Can I do this? It's the whole afraid to succeed. The fear of success is what they call it. I was so afraid that if I did do this and it did go somewhere, that it would be overwhelming for me. It would be too much. And I'm not gonna lie, there's moments when it is too much and I really have to step aside. But it's because I realize that you guys do understand, and that when I do need to step aside, that you are not disappointed in me, that you are understanding and caring and loving, and that you send those messages to me, letting me know, because I do really take that hard. So before I began this a year ago, I had in my head, maybe Fibro Warrior, not Fibro, and the name didn't even come to me right away. I was just like, something fiber related. I want to get out there and talk to people. I want to talk about this and share my experience with other people so they can know they're not alone. And I was thinking, going to other people's shows, or I was just contemplating ideas, and and I was kind of overwhelming myself a little bit, so I kind of pushed it aside. And every once in a while, it'd nag at me, like, "Come on, MJ, you want to do this? You want to do this?" You know? I'm like, "Yeah, but what if it's too much?" And I can't respond to everyone's messages, and I can't respond to every text, and because that's what I want to do. When someone writes me happy birthday, I have a bunch of friends, thousands of friends, okay, and I get a few hundred messages of happy birthday, and I have to go on and say thank you to each person. And I know it's absurd and I shouldn't do that, but it's the OCD in me, I guess, where I have to thank every person. And so I guess that was what was nagging in the back of my mind, is that it's going to be too much for you. You're going to have all these things going, and it's going to go along, and then it's going to get too big, and you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. It is overwhelming, but I'm still doing it. It's a year later, I'm still doing it. Like I said, I had to step away a little bit, but I'm still doing it. I may or may not want someone to maybe come on my Facebook page and help me with my Facebook page. I will be posting my things, like try to post, on Saturdays, Sundays, whichever day works for me, and get my podcast out there and do those things. But maybe have someone on Facebook who wants to post articles, of course, articles that they've read through themselves, things like that they can post as well. Of course, let me know, hey, you want to post this, but just someone else to be present on the days when I can't. You don't necessarily have to do anything. Maybe just get on there and post something about how your day is going, whatever the case may be. Just something so someone's on there, so people know that there's someone there for them. So the days when I'm having a tough time, that they know there is someone else there, that if they need to reach out or whatever. I don't expect a lot from you, just someone, like I said, just to help in the times when I'm having a tough time, just fill in for me. So that doesn't mean you constantly need to be there. Just on the times when I need a break, if you could jump in there and just, share a couple articles, a meme that you like or something, just something to pop in there. So if anybody's interested in doing that for me, just kind of like a little part-time thing to do, so it's not too overwhelming, just reach out to me, let me know. I would love to have you, just one person, that's all I need. And I'd appreciate that, because the fear of success, it's a real thing. It sounds absurd, right? Why would you be fearful of success? Who doesn't want to be successful? But honestly, it's a real thing. And knowing that this could very well become bigger and bigger as time goes by, because we have over 700 followers right now, which is not the most insane number, but it's a lot of people, and I know that people are waiting for the podcast and things, and it puts a little pressure on you. And so when I can't put those things out, or I'm just overwhelmed and I don't do it, I feel bad. It makes me feel bad. And so that's where the whole success thing, the pressure comes from, that, because I know that I need to be present, I need to be ready, and I need to be there for you. So I will be posting this one in a few weeks, because we have one that we had sitting in the wings waiting. So I'm going to post that one on Saturday, which will be, what is the date today? Saturday.
Tomorrow's the 1st.
Tomorrow's the 1st.
So that's
the 3rd. Yeah. So on the 3rd, I will have posted the one we had sitting waiting for a while. Now, just letting you know, we've had some technical difficulties, but I think everything's good now. Anyway, love you guys. Really, thank you for everything. You're not alone, and neither am I. Love you.